Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel 2. It's me, your host, Logicblade, and we're back. Last time around, we finished up our business in Legram and Breahard, got the whole gang back together again, and now we're just chilling out in Ymir, trying to figure out what the hell we're going to be doing, as Class 7 decides what role they need to take in this war. Well, everyone can enjoy this lovely title screen. Let's get right into it. I stopped last time on a free day, so we still got some bonding events to do. Luckily, it's just bonding events. I did the side quest already, but we're 8 events in, and we've still got 7 to go. Let's head on over to the Phoenix Wings and talk to some people there. Oh my god. She's got the size, she's got the bounce. Those alone are a seriously deadly combo. Sharon's boobs are pretty impressive too, though. I wonder who's bigger between the two. Purple's clothes always make it kinda hard to tell how busty she really is. But I'll find out someday. Oh, I'll find out. That's tough. That's tough. Let's talk to Sarah. Well, seeing as Toval and Miles are safe, I'm guessing all the bracers here in Erebonia are probably okay. Wish I could say the same for our colleagues over in Crossbell, though. I can't even get in touch with Wenzel. A friend of yours? We go back a ways, yeah. He used to be registered as a bracer here, but eventually he packed up and moved to Crossbell. Anyway, leave worrying about the guild to us. You've got enough on your plates as it is. Just focus on what you guys are gonna move. Just focus on what move you guys are gonna make next. If you feel like you need a break, I'd be happy to join you, though. Maybe I should take her up on that. That sounds nice, actually. Would you mind hanging out for a while? Striking while the iron's hot, I see. Alright, I could use the company. I was actually thinking of heading to the tavern for a drink or two. What do you say to a little change of venue? That's fine with me, but I'll stick with living the dry life. Figured you'd say that. Come on, then. No sooner had they arrived at the tavern did Sarah ask Gerald for alcohol recommendations. And after she offered to pay, Reen settled on a ginger ale. Ah, this is the good stuff. It's got a very mellow taste, but it's sweet and refreshing too. I had no idea you could make something so good out of rice of all things. It's a kind of alcohol from the east that Master Ka-Fai brought here, I believe. Gerald said it's called Junmai Shu. That Master Ka-Fai sure knows his stuff. He sounds like a man I'd love to drink the night away with. He's always been a bit of a heavy drinker, so I'm pretty sure he'd take you up on that if you asked. But you might want to cut down on the booze. With things so shaky now, you'll never know when you need to take action. I know. I'm not planning on getting myself plastered when you got that discussion later on, so don't freak out. I think I've earned a bit of alcoholic relaxation time, personally. After all, I went cold turkey when I was in hiding. It was torture. Would you deny your poor instructor some sweet, sweet relief? Sure. Relief. Let's call it that. What have you been doing all this time anyway? We didn't hear so much as a rumor about you. Oh, I was just lying low, gathering what information I could through connections from my guild years. Information about what was going on elsewhere in the country, the capital in particular, that kind of stuff. In the capital? Did you manage to find anything out? No more than you did yourselves, sad to say. The Noble Alliance is doing a great job of keeping information from leaking out of the city. After that, I decided to sneak into the Kreutzen province to follow the Alliance's movements from there. And that was when I ended up getting in contact with Eustace. I see. It's pretty impressive you were able to do so much all on your own. Well, working alone and gathering information are two things I had to get used to during my guild years. So it was nothing new for me. If anything, I'm more impressed with everything you managed to do. I was glad to see everyone here was okay after that Jaeger attack, too. Sounds like it was a high-ranking corps. Yeah, the Northern Jaegers, under orders from Duke Alberea. Fortunately, there were no fatalities, even if the experience was pretty traumatic for everyone. Dad's woken up now too, though, so there's been no real long-term damage there. We had the goddess's blessings in that respect. I'm sorry I couldn't be there to help you when you needed it most, Reen. You don't need to apologize. You couldn't have possibly known what was going to happen. Is something wrong? You look distracted all of a sudden. No, it's nothing. I was just thinking about what a relief it is that your dad's okay. He always seemed like such a pleasant man, especially for a noble. Handsome, too. I don't like where this is going. Oh, relax. I'm just kidding. Anyway, all that aside, you made it this far. You can make it the rest of the way, too. Just keep your eyes on the future, and that starts by deciding what to do next. You're right. We'll all be counting on your support. This stuff is awesome. Can you at least let me finish before you wind up passed out on the floor? Oh, Sarah. After finishing her drink, Reen led an ever-so-tipsy instructor Sarah back to the Phoenix Wings. Ever so tipsy. Oh dear. Anyway, am I actually streaming? Who knows? We'll see. All those drinks got me feeling kinda sleepy. I can't afford to doze off during your discussion later. Maybe I should go out and get some air. A little exercise always sobers me up faster for some reason. How about it? Wanna join me? What should I do? Check that out. I'm just checking my stream health. Okay, it's not very healthy right now. Oh boy. Whatever. We'll live with it. Alright then, I'm up for it. You are? Attaboy, Reen. Actually, since we got plenty of morning left to fritter away, I got an idea. What would you say to a little one-on-one training? Sounds good to me. Just maybe don't rough me up too much. Well, let's take this somewhere a bit less populated then, shall we? Oh dear. One-on-one training? This is anything like my fanfiction. Wait, no. Bad. Stop. Cease and desist. Together, Reen and Sarah headed out to the valley. There, they found a nice, quiet area to hold their impromptu training session. You've definitely gotten stronger while I've been away. Good to see that getting that knight of yours hasn't caused you to start slacking on your training. I'm still no match for you, though. She's holding back, but only just. I think if I really try, I might just be able to beat her. She clearly wants me to do it, and if that's what she wants, then I'll show her just how much I've improved. You're all fired up now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Let's pick things up where we left off. Right. Come on, that all you got? I hope it isn't, because you're not going to be able to rescue your sister or the princess if that's the best you can do. Do you remember what I said when you were the center of Class 7? Well, I still feel that way, even now. And I won't rest easy until I know that center's capable of beating me on his own at least once. Huh? He's... Shah! Ugh. I'm so sorry. Are you alright, Reen? Yeah, I'm fine. Just... I should have known that I was no match for you. Whew. No, that was your victory, not mine. What do you mean? I knew that last attack of yours was going to be far more powerful than I thought you were capable of. So, I was forced to stop holding back in order to block it. That's a victory in my books. Clearly all that stuff you've been doing's been great for your training. I'd really like to think so. I chalk that one up to luck, personally. I wasn't even thinking. It was more like my body acted on its own. I'm gonna need a lot more practice before I can pull off feats like that at will. If you understand that, then I need say no more. Don't worry. I'm sure that if you train enough, you'll be able to do it. Have faith in yourself, yeah? You've got both the potential and the mindset to achieve great things. I'll try. Now exhausted, the two of them went back to the village. I don't even want to think about how badly that last attack could have hurt him. I feel like this war is causing the old me to resurface. Gasp. Anyway, they're up to Link level 5 now. Whoop, whoop. So it looks like Sarah's doing alright. A little bit scarier than you might think, but I mean, hey, that's what Sarah does. I saw Lord Rufus a number of times back when I worked at the palace. I even saw him learning falconry from Lord Teo at a competition in Heimdall. He really seemed to be enjoying himself too. It's truly a shame that they're now on opposing sides. Anyway, let's play some pool with the boys. Deciding what our class should do has proven more difficult than expected. Still, I left Beret hard so that I could make my own decisions about my life. I'll make this one for myself, too. Even if the decision is yours, the burden doesn't have to be. House Albarea's problems concerns every single one of us. There's no reason you need to sort all this out on your own. We've been with you this long. That's not going to change. Thank you, but I'm aware. I bet a break would help clear his mind and make better decisions. Should I drag him into one? Hey, want to come look after Arthur with me for a bit? Who in blazes is Arthur? Oh, was that the name of our family's horse? Got it in one. Since you're kind of a horse expert, I'd really appreciate it if you could help me out with him for a bit. Why not? I'd like to see him myself. Lead on. Just Eustace being so soft and baby when it comes to animals. It's like, oh, you have a horse? Yes. Show me. This is a fine horse. It has a strong air of dignity about it, much like the young horses back at the academy. Yeah, he does. He's pretty friendly too, isn't he? He's been here since Dad took me in, so he's been getting up there in years. But he's still got that same energy. Dad still takes him out hunting along with Badeau. I see. I imagine his dignified appearance is a result of much experience then. He does appear to be in dire need of some exercise, however. His muscles aren't quite as defined as they should be. Wow, I'm amazed that you could tell. You're not in the riding club for nothing. Hey Killer, welcome to the stream. We're doing more bonding events, so you're just in time. He hasn't had much chance to get out and about since Dad was injured, so that's probably why. Then if we can, I'd like to do something about that. What say you to giving him a good brushing before we take him out? I think he'd like that a lot, actually. After brushing Arthur and giving him all the care and adoration a horse could dream of, Reen and Eustace took him out onto the mountain path. He seems really happy to be out of the village. It's been quite a while since he last had the chance. So it appears. I imagine that he would rather go out hunting with his master, however. Horses are always far more comfortable with their usual rider. My family and the riding clubs are no exception. Ah, good luck with CS4. Have fun with it. And, enjoy all the twists and turns that you are no doubt going to face. That makes sense, but with Dad's injuries, I don't think he'll be fit to go out hunting anytime soon. Speaking of the riding club, do you have any clue what's going on back at the horse? You were the one who managed to get the bike out of there, so I figured you might know something. Mind you that I was only able to do so through the Noble Alliance. I tried to make use of my position as a member of House Albarea as best I could. Unfortunately, my authority pales in comparison to Father Rufus's, so I'm afraid that was the most I could do. That's a shame. Still, I appreciate you trying. I really do owe you a lot, even for the little things like helping me look after Arthur. I hardly think I deserve your thanks. Being my father's son, some of the responsibilities for his disgraceful actions fall on my shoulders as well. I have a duty to do all within my power to atone for that to both Baron Schwarzer and Ymir's people. I'm sure my brother feels similarly, even if he appears to be prioritizing his role in the Civil War at the moment. Like I said back in Breahard, there's no need for you to feel responsible for what happened here. I understand that you're concerned about your father and your brother, but dwelling on the past benefits no one. All we can do is keep moving forward. You do have a point. No burden out there exists that you should have to shoulder alone. Not as long as you're a member of Class 7. As long as we're together, we'll be able to carry the weight of any burden. One would think I'd be used to how our class works by now. And the Imperial nobility should show its spirit through actions over words. Ha! Exactly. We both know what we need to do. We swore to one another when we fought that moment you came back to us. Indeed. And I fully intend to do as promised. Yeah, the opening is pretty hype. Like, Cold Steel 4 starts fast, and it very rarely takes the brakes off. It's good fun for everyone. It's a truly family-friendly experience that everyone should enjoy. Soon. Soon it'll be in English. The two continued walking along the path with Arthur a little longer, then eventually turned and descended the mountain. Of course, upon their return to Ymir, they gave him a generous helping of food before going back to the Phoenix Wings. Yeah, that's kind of it in a nutshell, right? Everything's just kind of fucked. Everyone knows shit's fucked. No. Horses are wonderful creatures. After spending some time with yours, I have to admit I am feeling more optimistic. Despite the fact that I'm still freezing after all that time outside. Perhaps I should head over to the tavern and get a hot cup of tea. That should make planning our next move easier. I wouldn't mind a cup myself. Nice cup would hit the spot right now, actually. Mind if I tag along? I'll help you brainstorm. No objections here. Reen and Eustace then walked to the tavern, and both of them ordered their tea as any fine Erebonian gentleman would. Take care, killer. See you in a bit. Oh, you're here, Reen. Also, rip Emma's cute hat. Don't worry, you get a cosmetic accessory to put it back on. Hey, Elf. Hey, Kiki. Hello. Welcome to our tavern. Thank you for your hospitality. Are the two of you going off to play somewhere? Uh-huh. We're not sure what we want to do, though. I wish we could have more snow like the last time you were here. That'd be fun. Please, no. I'm glad to see you're back to your usual cheerful self, Alf. I was horrified when those Jaegers had used you as a hostage, but you don't seem too worse for wear. They did? It was no big deal, and Mr. Baron saved me in the end. Yes, that is Pepsi. I'm surprised you could tell. He's just trying to act tough. He spent hours crying afterwards. No, I didn't. Anyway, now that we've run into you, maybe you could play with us? We haven't been able to play together in forever. I don't know. We've got a pretty busy afternoon ahead of us. I see no harm in joining them. I mean, yeah, you could tell it's something by the noise, but how could you tell it was Pepsi? It could have been any soft beverage. It could have been a hard beverage for all you know. Pepsi has more of a foaming that's fair. I understand that. I see no harm in joining them. We can't spare too long, but we could certainly play for a little while. Really? Yay! Okay, let's go outside then. What's gone into him? Trust me, I know my stuff. Killer Ninja, the beverage expert. Rin and Eustace were then led outside by Alf and Kiki. And after a brief debate on what to play, they decided to go with the classic hide and seek. Everyone ready? Ready. I found you, Kiki. Already? Oh, that's boring. Okay, now to find everyone else. I found you, Reen. Wow, you couldn't have picked a place that was less obvious? Well, of course it's going to be easier to find me if both of you are looking for me. Guess that just leaves Eustace. Okay, come on, let's go find him. Huh? What you doing here, Eustace? Nothing. Now, go away. There he is! I found him! That didn't take long. You all suck at hide and seek. You're playing hide and seek? Oh, that sounds fun. I want to play too. And Eustace's like, oh god, no. After Milliam joined in, they all played hide and seek for a short while longer, with each of them taking turns at being the seeker. Yeah, they all suck at hide and seek. Man, children really do have unlimited energy. I'd say a certain classmate of ours has far too much energy even by those standards. Still, I can never quite become used to playing outside. It's been a while since I last played outside like this. I wasn't expecting you to join in either. I know you're always a hit with kids and all, but still. I wanted to do something to raise their spirits a little. The sooner that boy can forget that awful memory of being taken as a hostage, the better. So that was what you were trying to do. It's really nice of you, Eustace. Still, you don't need to worry so much. The children of Ymir are made of sturdier stuff than you think. The thing we can do is make sure they never have to go through anything like that again. How did Eustace get got last? Well, it's because he was farthest away. It's all about distance. Indeed. I, for one, have no intention of allowing my father to do anything so foolish ever again. But I know that I won't be able to stop him alone. I hope to have all of you standing at my side. That goes without saying. As both nobles and members of Class 7, we have a duty to do whatever we can. We're gonna rename this stream as Emma is Cute. Welcome to Cold Steel 2. I mean, I could, but that's obvious and it goes without saying. Of course Emma's cute. Alright, we got 3 events left. Let's go see Elliot now. He's hiding somewhere up here. Oi, you won't. Nope, no I will not kill her. Sitting here brings back memories. Remember trying to lock down ideas for our concert in the middle of our trip? I guess it wasn't that long ago, but it feels like another lifetime. Especially since Crow was with us then. Yeah, it really does. Oh my god. Sexy adult beauty? Sword. Pancake. Panid cake. But it's not another lifetime, is it? It's this one. There's no reason that all of us hanging out and having fun has to stay a thing of the past. The only hard part is figuring out how to make that a reality again. Which is admittedly pretty hard, but I'm thinking of ways to make it happen. Doesn't really sound like he's getting anywhere. Maybe a break would help clear his head. Come on, Elliot. Let's take a break. The more frustrated you get over not being able to think of anything, the less likely it is that you actually will. Yeah, I guess you're right. I know just the thing to clear my head. You used to play the lute, right? If it's still around, can we take a look at it? Yuna is a walking bisexual disaster, much like Reen, which is why they're perfect for each other. Reen and Elliot manage to scrounge up Reen's old loot from the darkest depths of the mansion. Instruments in hand, the two of them headed over to the tavern. The babes are not hot. It is 20 degrees Celsius. Well, we managed to get permission to play here, but I've got to say, I'm feeling pretty tense about this. I haven't touched this loot in forever, so playing it in front of a crowd all of a sudden is a bit... You'll be fine! Just play it like you played the guitar during the festival. One of the best things about music is that it can be made with any combination of instruments. Well, if you insist, I'll give it a go. Better to try and fail than not try at all, right? This bitch gay! Yeah. And so, the two started to play alongside one another. To their relief, the customers in the tavern seemed to enjoy their performance, even giving them a round of applause once it was over. Huh, that was actually pretty fun. See, I told you it'd be fine. Not being up on stage or having lights in your face takes off a lot of the pressure, too. I sometimes used to perform like this at the concert cafe back at home. Oh, really? Still, I'm guessing it'd be even more fun if I could play half as well as you do. I don't know if I'm really as good as you make me sound, Reen. I've got a lot of practice ahead of me if I decide to pursue a career in music. Emphasis on the if. That's right, your dad's finally given you permission to go through with it if you want. Have you started giving it any serious thought yet? Yeah, a bit. Not that I'm getting anywhere. I'm happy to have his approval, but it's still not a decision I can make lightly. It's probably silly to even be thinking about it now. I mean, we gotta focus on getting through this war first. Not at all. There's nothing wrong with giving thought about your future when you can. You're right that it's something you can't take lightly, and it's still hard to tell how things will be after the war ends. But if pursuing a life of music is what you decide to do in the end, you've got my full support too, not just your dad's. Thanks, Reen. But right now, we need to focus on our future as a class. Once the war's over, then we can start living for the future. Yeah, you're right. Welcome to Elliot's whole arc. I mean, yeah. He kinda doesn't have a lot going on compared to everyone else. But, I mean, he's still a sweet little cinnamon roll, and we respect him for that. To thank Gerald for letting them perform here, Reen and Elliot helped clean up the tavern. Once they were finished, they happily walked back to the Phoenix Wings. Oh, so close. So close to Link level 6. Ah! Game, why you do this to me? Why you gotta do me like that? I mean, I'll get there in like 5 fights, but still. I mean, Fee is just my family, and Laura is just... Reen, I like swords. Swords are really cool. Do you like the sword? Sharon's in the shop. Okie dokie. Heck yeah, swords! Beautiful knight lady? Doing some shopping, Sharon? That's right. Since you'll all be gathering for a discussion in the Phoenix Wings, I thought I might help out in the kitchen. I also thought I could help prepare some food for your father, seeing as your mother has some other business to attend to. Have a good night, killer. Back to CS4. That's awfully generous of you. Thanks. With several Ouroboros members having recently revealed themselves to us, I can't help but assume they're up to something. I'd like you to know, Reen, that no matter what happens, my alliance will always lie with you and your classmates. Please ensure that whatever you decide on this afternoon is something you do without regret. Sharon? I swear we will. I'm glad to have your support. Till the end of time. It's great to know she's got our back, but she's still cooking for Dad. Maybe I can help her out with that. Well, even if you are looking out for us, that doesn't mean I can't help you with cooking for my dad. Might as well try to pay him back for a little bit, for all those years of love and devotion, right? I'm sure your father would be overjoyed to hear you say that. As soon as I'm done with shopping, we can head over to the kitchen. I will kill her. I will. Together, Reen and Sharon walked to the mansion. After seeing that Reen's mother was out, they started making a hearty meal for his father. Oh, you're making Ymir-style borscht. Good idea. It's got plenty of vegetables, and it should be great for warming him up to boot. I couldn't agree more. All the protein in the meat I'll be using should help accelerate his recovery as well. Master Reen, could I trouble you to chop the vegetables? If you would, I'll set about preparing the meat and seasoning the soup. Sure. It's times like these where she seems just like any other maid. Takes me back to watching her cook for us in the dorm. It's hard to believe that she's actually an enforcer for Ouroboros sometimes. Ow! Is something wrong? Heavens, you've sliced your finger. Sorry, I should have been paying more attention. I didn't cut it too deeply though, so it should be fine. Oh no, that won't do at all. Would you hold still a moment, please? I'll stop the bleeding. Aw, shit. Reen's getting the suck. Sharon, what are you... This is so awkward. There. That should do the trick. Sharon, I'm not sure it's a good idea to start sucking on people's fingers out of the blue like that. Any particular reason? I'll bring you a bandage, so please wait in the adjacent room. She's messing with me again, isn't she? There we are, all better. Please leave the rest of the work to me. You should give your finger time to heal. You're probably right. I'm sorry that I couldn't be of more help. You needn't be sorry, Master Reen. You made a valuable contribution as it was. It brought back memories of Lady Elisa's younger days, too. Whenever she fell and scraped her knees, she would always start crying for me to come and help her. Aw, how sweet. I can picture how embarrassed she'd be if she learned Sharon was telling people this. Come to think of it, you've been working with the Reinford family for a while now, haven't you? 7 years, in fact. It was shortly after Mr. Reinford's passing. I cannot begin to thank Madam Chairman Arena enough for giving me the chance that she did. It was only thanks to her kindness that I was able to begin a new life under her employ. Does that mean you'd never been a maid before she hired you then? What were you before that? Oh. As you no doubt suspect, I lived as an enforcer. A mission given to me by Ouroboros was what first led me to meet her, and she wasted no time in trying to hire me. I served in both capacities concurrently after that. You won't find many executives who would knowingly hire an agent of Ouroboros. She never ceases to amaze, huh? She certainly doesn't. Nonetheless, it was thanks to her that I was able to find a new path of my own. It's too late for me to turn back and change what's already been done, but she was willing to give me a different future. What do you mean? Oh, nothing. I was simply thinking out loud. Regardless of what happened in the past, my love for the Reinford family will never waver. Nor will my devotion to Class 7, Master Reen. I shall continue to do all that I can to serve you. Thank you. I know we can always count on you. And everyone else knows that too. I hope we'll always stay fondly in your thoughts, Sharon. Teehee. After their conversation was finished, Sharon returned to preparing Baron Schwarzer's meal. And after helping however he could until his mother returned, Reen left them to finish by themselves. Alright, so, one event left to do. It's time to do Elisa's event. That's right, we saved the best for last, everyone. And, I'm preparing for the tomatoes from everyone. What are you doing in here, Elisa? Your mother told me that I could find some tools in here, so here I am. I need them for the work I'm going to be doing on the orbal bike. Wait, you know how the bike works well enough to do that? Well, an engine's an engine, right? I should be able to tinker with it. After all Angelica's done for us, I at least want to make sure she gets her precious bike back in top condition. Might be nice if I gave her a hand. Need a hand there? Sounds like a two-person job to me, and I'd feel bad making you do all the work when Angelica left it in my care. I figured you'd say that. It'll probably go more smoothly with an extra pair of hands, so sure. Bikes. Alright, that's everything around the orbal engine taken care of. It could probably do with being taken in for a test ride at some point, though. Oh, I should oil the moving parts, too. Man, you really are amazing. I knew you were good with orbal technology and all, but I didn't expect you to be able to perform maintenance this well. All this is just a stopgap, really. I had a few chances to look at it back at the academy, too, so I have a vague idea of what needs doing, but that's all. Doesn't make you any less amazing in my eyes. When in Nord, you worked out what was wrong with the truck, and even knew the model of that mortar we found. At first, I thought it was just because you were part of the Reinford family, but I feel like that's underselling you now. You must have studied like crazy to know so much. Well, I did spend a lot of time studying orbal technology even before enrolling at the academy. I used my family name however I could in order to visit RF factories and attend lectures at the Institute of Technology. I am more than confident I made the most of every chance I had to study and broaden my knowledge of the field. I had a feeling I know why you did all that, too. Was it to rebel against your mother? Well, I can't deny it. Not to beat a dead horse, but it felt like Mother just stopped caring about us after my father passed away. I mean, she'd stolen the company from Grandfather and everything. How could you do that to your own father? So, I suppose you could say all that studying was my way of trying to show her up at something. A little, at least. I see. So, were you able to? Not in the slightest. Now that she's missing, this isn't the time to be thinking about my next act of rebellion either. And you know what? That's fine by me. I've made my mind up to focus on the future rather than the past for now. I've got to keep that promise I made to her and rue her after all. I'll be running the company before she knows it. I think she'd prefer it that way, honestly. Head pad acquired. Huh? Look at you. You were so engrossed in that bike that you didn't even notice all the snow building up on your head. Still, I think you found the right way to approach things. I'll have to pick up a few pointers from you. Can't let myself get too wrapped up in my past either. And that way, we'll both be able to find the best paths for each of us to take. I certainly hope so. Come on, don't cry. Here, this'll cheer you up. Is that a bunny made out of snow? And look, you got loads of snow on your head, too. Don't worry, you can follow me back to Ymir. So stay close, okay? Okay. Are you kidding me? What's wrong? I can't believe I forgot. Remembering how I talked about coming here with my family as a kid? I ended up getting lost out in the mountain. But just when I started to think I'd be lost there forever, a boy appeared out of nowhere. And he led me all the way back to Ymir. That boy was you! I'm sure of it! That does ring a bell, actually. The year after that was the whole thing with my power happened. So I kinda pushed everything else to the back of my mind. Weird. We really did meet when we were kids. I was only joking about it before, but yeah, we really did. I'd forgotten all about it, too. Probably because it was a scary memory for me. I don't blame you. Still, you don't get coincidences like this every day. I'd be embarrassed to try and attribute it to something like fate, though. Yeah, you're right. Maybe we realized sooner, sure. but it makes me happy to know it was you all along. Sorry? I didn't quite catch that. It's nothing. Nothing at all. Anyway, let's finish up with the bike, shall we? Yeah, sure. And they were childhood friends. Oh, it's fated. Ah, shut up. Shut up, all of you. Rean and Elisa worked together to finish the rest of the bike's maintenance, the two of them feeling somewhat awkward around each other due to their recent discovery. And upon their completion, they went to return the tools to Baron Schwarzer's study. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna check to see if I missed anything, but I think I am good. Yeah, I did the snowboarding already. Only thing I want to check is to see if my overdrive and brake points are all maxed out. Not that I'll even get much experience for these ones, but we'll see.
Let's go, Lemmy!
Okay, yeah.
Let's move. All right, let's do this!
Got to leave it to me! I'll handle it. Here I go. Too slow. Right. Fire! Yes, sir! I'll handle it.
Here I go. Ha! That's that. Let's keep moving.
So yeah, I'm just gonna try to get my brake points and overdrives up.
I can do it! Advantage is ours.
Here I go. Huh.
My turn. No problem. Let's go. Here I go. There. Yeah, you didn't stand a chance. Now's our chance. Let's smash them.
Let's move. Second form. Damn!
My turn. Eliminating targets. Right. Now's our chance. You're done. This is it for you. Good job, Elisa. I'm just lucky to be teamed up with someone so easygoing. Advantage is ours.
My turn.
My turn. No problem.
Thanks.
Thanks. Here I go. There. Don't mess with us.
Alright. Just give me one more penguin to fight, and I think I should be good. CP is not a big concern because I can just go to the footbaths.
Enemy sighted. Let's take. My turn. Second form. Gale!
I'll handle it. Eliminating targets. Right. Right.
Too slow. Now!
Gotcha. Yes, sir. There.
My turn. Now!
Gotcha.
You're finished!
Yay! We smashed those jerks.
That's putting it lightly.
And there we go. Alright. Should be all set for whatever terrible event is about to befall us, because it's about time for a terrible event to befall us, right?
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Alright, I need to deplete the fishing spot. Very important. No, there's nothing in here.
Not bad.
Doo-doo-doo.
Caught one. Not what I had in mind.
Give it to me.
Now that's a catch.
Not that I can exchange all that much, but we'll see. Yeah, I did some slots off screen, so green's all maxed out. Everyone else still needs a little bit of help. I don't think I can upgrade any more slots in my current position. No, it's not looking like it. Okay. Ooh, I can make an evade 1 quartz. Yay. Yeah, nothing really worth synthesizing just yet. Ah, shit, I should have bought a tricorn. Oh well, I'll get another opportunity to. Not that I really want an emergency puppet anyway. Ooh, I got me a ping. Oh, thank you for the follow, Panda Red. I really appreciate it. I'm not giving guys the Mistral Quartz. What's going on now? Right. Maybe I'll just give him Force. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, this is, moderate. I think that should be fine. Let's give use of some quartz. Got nothing better. Okay. Okay, apparently I didn't wait long enough for Laura and Fee to max out. So, we're just gonna have to wait for them. Okay. Oh, with plot. I've done all I could. I've still got some time left before the meeting starts. Maybe I should go get some rest. Choosing the rest will cause the main story to advance. Any unseen bonding events will no longer be available. Eventually, the clock struck 12. One by one, Class 7 began to make their way to the Phoenix Wings cafeteria. And once they had all gathered, they jumped right into discussing what they were going to do from that point forward.
Oh, you went up a rank.
Alright, we're up to...
Here's a little something from the guild.
111 CP. You need to get the Brave
Nice
Heart
work.
and the Invigorate Quartz. And we should be at max, right? Yep, we are. We are currently at max. We're doing it. Oh, right, there's this as well.
You should be proud of yourself.
Here's that as well. We did it. We're the best, guys. S ranks all around.
I thought long and hard about it, and I think we as a class need to find a third way. A path of our own, separate from the ones the reformist and noble factions are taking.
A third way, you say? I do agree. It wouldn't feel quite right for us to directly support either side.
True. We might be military academy students, but we're still students.
Involving ourselves in a civil war isn't something we should take lightly. We might have a divine knight on our side, but we're still going to need to be very careful how we proceed.
Whatever we do, Valimar will certainly be at the center.
No doubt. We've all seen how powerful the Divine Knights are. If we use them right, we can intervene in the war as much as we want.
They're quite literally beings of legend. However, his potential influence on the war is all the more reason why he will need to be used cautiously.
What are we gonna do then? Even if we agree on not siding with either of the factions, I'm pretty sure each of us have different stuff we want to do, and different things that we have to do too.
Yeah, that's true. For my part, I need to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen from the Noble Alliance's clutches. Whether it's alone or with you guys, it's something I'll do.
There's no way you'll be alone for that. We're with you all the way. I'm concerned about Dad too, what with them having him under arrest.
I still can't get in contact with Fiona either. I'm glad I was able to see Dad, but I'm worried about her.
For me, I'm worried about Ruhr as a whole. It's a huge relief to see you're all right, Sharon, but Mother's still unaccounted for.
I'm sorry I can't do more to comfort you, my lady.
And I have no idea where Father's been for the past month. I'm certain he must be well, but all the same.
We're all worried about our families, I see. Hopefully, we can find some information on all of them before the fighting gets any more fierce.
I'm certainly not worried about the safety of mine. Although, suffice it to say, if we choose to intervene in the war, conflict with them is all but inevitable.
That goes for Zeno and Leo too. They've been hired by the Noble Alliance, so I'd say it's likely we'll run into them in the future.
Plus, Emma and I still need to talk to Vita to see what exactly she's trying to do. To figure out what's so important to her that she was willing to break a taboo to do it.
That's true.
Whatever you decide to do, you'll have my full support. Just as the warriors of Nord did 250 years ago, I'm determined to fight to protect my second homeland and those who live within it.
Oh, same! We can do this! I can back them up, right, Claire?
How could I say no? I have my own duties to take care of as part of the Railway Military Police, but I fully intend to support all of you with everything I have.
I'm thinking it's about time I return to helping the guild, actually. But I'll still be in touch with Sarah, so I'm sure I can lend a hand or two anytime you need it.
Naturally, I'd be overjoyed to continue serving as your dormitory's caretaker.
I'm your instructor, so you're stuck with me to the very end. Whatever you choose to do, you'll have my support. You're going to need to decide on a more specific course of action, though. Resolving to find a third way is a start, but only a start. It also leaves plenty of questions that need to be answered on top of it all.
Well, then how about this? Let's figure out right now whether or not we want to keep using Ymir as our base of operations.
Just so we're clear on this, there's a limit to how many people can use the spirit path at any one time. And with as many people as we have now, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be at this point.
And we're limited on how frequently we can use it.
Oh, right.
But we're also just as limited on where we can go otherwise. We haven't exactly been the most subtle group around. Who's to say we could even operate elsewhere?
An astute point. The Noble Alliance will no doubt be even more wary of us than before.
In the end, no matter what we decide, we lose.
Indeed. Yet we're short on time, so a decision must be made now.
There's gotta be something that only we can do.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know it exists. And I'm sure that we'll find it. The best thing we can do now is keep talking things out until we find a way. There's no point in rushing into a decision.
Well, doesn't this look fun?
Oh, surprise. Hi, Vita.
Mind if I join in?
What in the world?
It couldn't be.
Vita?
Oh, this ain't good.
It's lovely to see you again, Emma. You were finally able to reunite with all of your classmates. I'm happy for you. Really, I am. The goddess was on your side after all,
Cut the crap, Vita. Have you been listening in all this time?
Where are you?
I'm not far at all. Listen closely now.
Yeah, so it was only a matter of time before the Noble Alliance found out where
That
we were.
sounds just like... Is that...
It's coming from above us!
Isn't that the Noble Alliance Force's flagship?
What's the Pantagruel doing here?
Damn it! I didn't think she'd tell the rest of their army where we were.
But why now?
Why? Because our preparations are finally complete.
Vita!
Vita, you're here. Yes, I am here, in the flesh. Good day to you all, Class 7. As nice as it would be to finally give you a hug, Emma, I wouldn't want to keep our guest of honor waiting any longer. So, without further ado...
Oh, hi, Crow.
Can't be. Isn't that...
The Azure Knight. Crow.
Long time no see, guys. Sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. You ready to have some fun?
Is that really you, Crow?
There's no doubt about it.
See. You damn terrorist.
Come on!
Right! Heed my call! Valimar!
Acknowledged.
I'm not gonna lose this time. Because at the end of the day, he's just an obstacle that needs to be overcome. So lend me your power, Valimar!
Very well. Use my power as you see fit.
You've really taken to piloting since your last encounter, haven't you? I was hoping you would, and you didn't let me down. You boys have so much potential. But potential is only that. Potential. And you, Reen, might want to reevaluate just how many obstacles need overcoming.
Oh. Forces to the left of me, Jaegers to the right. Here I am.
This is bad.
Aren't those the Alliance's allies?
Long time no see, kiddos. You doing all right, Fee?
I see the purple lightning has joined your ranks.
Zeno. Leo.
Zephyr!
And a few members of Ouroboros, too. Guess all the big guys wanted a piece of us today.
And look, Sammy's here too! Kindly stop referring to Clown Soleus with that bizarre nickname.
Ah, it's such a pleasure to visit this wintry wonderland once again.
Oh, it's a pleasure, all right. The time for my long-awaited revenge has finally come. Now you shall pay!
It's literally been a day, Dubes.
It's only been 2 days since you first fought them, you know.
2 days. Still.
This could pose a problem. Why send so many powerful allies here? And all at once?
You've proven to be rather formidable adversaries after all. It wouldn't do to underestimate you.
Oh, hi, Rufus.
Rufus!
I'm pleased to see you all again, ladies and gentlemen of Class 7. As for you, dear brother, I was told that you'd run away from home. It does my heart good to see you safe and sound. So, you've finally gathered up the will to make the difficult choices life set at your feet, I presume. Even if those choices place you in my line of fire?
Yes, I have. Can't believe he's shown up too.
The Noble Alliance is pulling out all the stops to finally get rid of us, aren't they?
Reen, we'll take care of everything here. You and Valimar have your own battle to fight.
Are you sure?
We're in for a real brawl out here, but a guy couldn't ask for better opponents.
Leave the battle on the ground to us.
We've no intention of backing down without a fight.
Wait, Sharon! I know they're all strong, but still.
Well, what do you say we get started?
Here he comes!
I'm impressed. You managed to hold your own better than I expected you to. It's only been a month or so, but you've really grown as an Awakener, Reen.
Well, it's hard to go through the kinds of things I have without growing from the experience. And now that I've done all that, I'm going to be the one who takes you down.
No, you're not. I said you could hold your own, not that you could win. Remember, there's still a 3-year gap's worth of experience between us. And it's time you realize just how much of an impact that gap has.
That's enough, Crow!
Do they really stand a chance?
Well, they're putting up a good fight so far, but yeah, it's not looking good. They're outnumbered for one thing.
Then it's time we lent them our aid.
Agreed. Weapons at the ready, guys.
Always in a rush, aren't you? Stay right where you are. I'll serve as your opponent today.
You will?
Trying to stop us from joining in?
I'd rather our intrusion cause as little inconvenience as possible for the people of this village. I'll let you make the first move. It's been quite some time since I last instructed you in fencing, Eustace. I look forward to seeing how you've improved.
That's right, it's time to fight Rufus. Here we go.
Wow.
His guard's perfect.
Stay alert. Rufus is a master of court fencing. We'll need to put all we have into this battle to even stand a chance against him.
I would have it no other way.
Alright. Laura. Seems fine. Obvious. There we go.
Show me what you're capable of.
I'll handle this. Now's our chance. Don't let it pass.
Leave us to me!
I can do this. Sorry, would you mind? Will do. 1, 2. And done. Now, let's get this over with.
All right,
Understood!
leave this to me.
Time barrier.
Break!
Onward! Shatter!
I'll handle it. done.
Very well.
Onward! Overdrive!
Now's our...
Okay. 1, 2... and done. Got it.
There! Very well. Now!
You're done!
Light.
Too slow.
How dare you!
Your turn. My turn. 1, 2... and done.
I'll handle this. Now's our chance to let it pass!
Understood.
Right! Break!
Onward! Shatter!
Okay. Here goes.
Overdrive!
1, 2... and done. Got it.
An opening! Leave this to me! Shatter! Now's our chance!
You're done. Okay. 1, 2... and done. Now, Laura, let's finish this.
Leave this to me!
Here I go. Filthy dance. What's that?
Behold the might of the Archmage School! Radiant Wolf!
Your end is sure!
Hope you're ready! You're finished!
Anyway, he can only bring him down to 1 health. But we did it. We've gone down to 1 health. Problem is, he just does this until you die.
Divine lightning!
I should have been paying attention.
Show your strength.
Begin. Divine lightning!
This can't be happening.
So he really hates Machias, is what we've learned today. But yeah. By getting him down to below 30% health, or in this case, getting him down to exactly 1% health, hey, AP increased by 3. We did it.
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion. But you do well to intensify your training regimen if you hope to best me.
Oh, we would have beat you if, you didn't bullshit us and stayed alive at 1 HP.
How is he so strong?
Because he cheats.
You didn't stand a chance.
He might even be stronger than Sarah.
He cheats.
Are you guys okay?
Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them? You ain't getting out of this one, Green.
All right, bring it on! It's time to settle this, Crow!
Bring it on!
This'll be a tough one. Be careful.
You can't win this fight. You don't even get something to link with.
Let's go! Gotcha!
Look how little damage we do, yeah. This is an unwinnable fight, so... Just last as long as we can.
Think you can handle this? Eat this! There!
Hell, he even gets to link attack us. You wanna talk about fair, right?
This is bad.
Gotcha! Now! Gotcha!
Bring it on!
Is that all? Think you can handle this? Let's go! Gotcha! Eat this! Hope you're ready!
This is bad.
Now! My sword will cleave open the way!
And that's the best I can do.
Darkness! Cleave!
Hang in there.
Yeah, you got no chance to win that fight, so don't worry about getting your butt whooped. It was inevitable. Such is the whims of fate.
Settled enough for you? Didn't even bother to use that trump card of yours.
He wasn't even trying last time, then was he?
Come on. With the way you are now, I don't even need to try. I'll always win. And that Reen perfectly illustrates just how massive the gulf between us is. Maybe you think you've had it tough up till now, but you're gonna need to go through a hell of a lot more if you want to even the odds.
I see the battle here has come to an end.
Hey, Vita.
I can't help but feel a little bummed that everything went exactly as I thought it would. Still, it just goes to show how much faith I have in your skills, my sweet Azure Chevalier.
Funny, I don't recall ever becoming yours. How's everything up top?
I think it's only a matter of time before the battle is decided. But we've caused enough trouble for the people of Ymir already. It's about time we brought this to a close.
Like you care, Vita. Let's be real.
Finestrum Phantasma window.
My apologies for not coming down to speak with you in person, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy. You know who I am, of course, but I am Duke Cayenne, ruler of the Lemaire province and supreme leader of the Noble Alliance.
Duke Cayenne?
So even the big guy himself is here.
I must say, what a curious group we have here. I heard as much, but allow me to extend my most heartfelt congratulations. My expectations have thoroughly been exceeded.
What an arrogant piece of poop.
When I saw young Eustace and Laura in Legram earlier this year, I could never have imagined this is how we would next meet. Oh, I'm sure your parents must have warned you against wandering off with such disreputable individuals on a number of occasions. But I suppose every child thinks that they alone know what is best for themselves. Duke Alborea was simply livid about what happened. But it can't hurt to learn more about the outside world,
Where that Lisa's mouth is condescending.
Did you come all the way here just to tell us that?
Don't be silly, child. Reen Schwarzer. I had this meeting arranged because I wanted to speak with you. Perhaps the method was a touch too garish for something so simple, but do forgive me for not formally requesting an audience.
With me?
With you. Allow me to get right to the point. I wish to invite you, Ashen Chevalier, aboard our flagship.
Wait, why?
I've heard all about your magnificent exploits across the land, and so I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a long, pleasant chat with you about the past, the present, as well as your future.
Are you suggesting?
You want Reen to join the Noble Alliance?
Should you accept my invitation, we will withdraw peacefully from Ymir. Furthermore, I give you my personal assurance that we will leave this village alone for the duration of this war. A fine proposition, is it not? Are we interested?
Yeah, he is such a smarmy, condescending bitch. Yep. Fucking hate that guy. Can't even do it in style.
Very well. Allow me to accept your invitation.
Don't be an idiot. This is clearly a trap. They wouldn't come all the way out here and take you into their flagship if it weren't.
I appreciate your concern. A trap or not, this might be a good chance for us, too. I think I'd regret it if I let it pass. Valimar, transport Celine back outside.
Are you certain?
Now hold it right there.
Don't worry about me. The odds were against all of us getting back together, but we did it. And I'm sure we can do it again, too. So just wait with Emma for now. I'll be back before you know it.
Here's Reen off doing his hero shit, doing everything on his own.
Valimar, if you would.
Very well.
Wait!
McBurn didn't take his hands out of his pockets the entire time. He was just pretending to fight. He was just chilling out.
It seems the time has come for us to part ways once again. But remember this. You're an Alborea. There is power and dignity in that name, to whatever end you would use it.
Bye, Cat. And hi, Koro. Welcome to the stream.
I want you to prove that the convictions you cling to are worthy of your loyalty. Not for my benefit, but for yours.
Wait! Lord Rufus!
Well met, Lord Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to see you again. Allow me to extend my apologies for the harm my father visited upon this town and its people.
Never mind that. What do you intend to do with my son? And what is a promising young man like yourself?
We're simply going to borrow young Reen for a short while. There's nothing to worry about. I'm a busy man these days, though, so for now, I bid you adieu.
Reen!
They all finally got back together, too. Why?
Sorry, but I'll be back, I promise. So stay safe.
Reen!
Reen!
the people who scream his names at the very end are the supporter you have the most link levels with, and the character you saw the Hot Spring event with. The reason why they do that is so they know what accessory you'll be getting after all this is over and done with. But, yeah, that's the end of Act 1. We finally got the gang back together again, and then, this. I won't be stopping here, though. I'm going to be doing the intermission, because the intermission is fairly short. And because we fought well against Rufus, we get another 3 AP. So, make a new save, and let's keep going. Damn, is that really necessary, guys?
So this is what Duke Cayenne looks like from up close. It's hard to believe that I've ended up in the same room as the leader of the Noble Alliance. Although, I guess we did meet back in Legram before the war broke out.
Reen Schwarzer. Truth be told, we don't want this war to drag on any more than you do.
Really?
We only acted as we did, due in part to our dearly departed Chancellor's behavior being far too unreasonable to justify turning a blind eye. He garnered the trust of His Majesty, and in turn misused that trust. He flagrantly disregarded this nation's beloved culture and traditions, treating Erebonia as if it were his own personal property.
When it's my personal property.
Surely you too noticed this.
Well, I can't say I disagree. We did hear story after story during our field studies about how aggressive his policies were. About the way he didn't care how many enemies he made as a result, creating terrorist groups like the Imperial Liberation Front.
But as I said, the cause of our nation's ills is now gone. Now, all that remains is to turn back the hands of time just a touch, and the good old days of the Empire will be upon us once more. The key to this bright future lies in putting aside our differences and joining hands. Am I wrong?
I'm afraid that yes, you are. Do you honestly believe that people can so easily put aside their differences after all the Alliance has done? You occupied Heimdall and effectively took every one of its citizens hostage, imprisoned the Imperial family. And let's not forget how you're now in league with the enemy nation responsible for the destruction of Gorelia Fortress.
No. No, they're not. Crossbell destroyed... Yeah, Crossbell destroyed the Gorelia Fortress, not Calvard.
After all that, the Imperial Army would never bow their heads to the likes of you, even if the rest of the population did.
My word, I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. The Imperial family is simply under our loving protection. They certainly haven't been imprisoned. But that does bring me to exactly why I want you to help us.
It does?
The Azure Knight is already on our side. But if we had your Ashen Knight as well, that would mean we'd have two of the great knights of Erebonian legend to put into play. Couple them with our Panzer Soldats, and the Imperial Army's armored divisions would cower before us. You may not find us winning the war ideal, but this union benefits everyone more than carrying on until our inevitable victory,
I don't think it's that simple.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference. What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, They make up for in mobility and versatility.
Important discussion about war. Oh my god, Vita though.
But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
Well...
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form. And if that holds true even for mass-produced soldats made with modern technology, it will be all the more true for the divine knights of legend you and Crow possess.
Can't argue with that logic.
I will say it once more. Gileath Osborne is dead. And with his death, all that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
Oh, you fool. You threatened Elise. You absolute fool.
Are you trying to...
Whatever you ultimately decide, their safety is guaranteed. I would ask that you promise him this, if nothing else, Your Grace.
But of course, I'm not a monster.
Rufus.
We may stand on opposite sides of this conflict, but I still sit on Thor's board of directors. And in that capacity, I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
Look at all them smug bitches. Please come with us, Master Reed. We will escort you to your guest room. Food and refreshments will be provided for you there. You're not our prisoner, but you're our prisoner. We'll treat you nicely, though. See, we've even got food and snacks. And drinks. Drinks. December 13th. It's just another manic Monday. God, I wish I had an airship.
All that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire. Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
That is true. We all want airships.
I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
It's hard to argue that this war began because the noble faction went too far. But the longer it goes on, the more people are going to suffer. Am I really okay with that? If I join them, I could reduce the number of victims, be friends with Crow again, free Elise and Princess Elfin. No, this isn't that simple. Think, Rain, think. I was able to reunite with the others, but Elise and Princess Elfin are still in the Alliance's custody. What's the best thing I can do? This isn't just about me. What do all of us want to do?
Keep racking your brain like that and smoke will start coming out of your ears.
What do you want?
Hey now, no need to give me that look. I figured I was gonna find you busy thinking everything over like your life depended on it. And what do you know? I was right.
How about you mind your own damn business?
Oh, Green. Be friends with Crow over all my friends at the
Don't you
Academy.
have better things to do with your time? I figured the glorious Azure Chevalier would be far too busy with the war to be hanging out around here.
It's tough being popular. If you joined us, I could get away with doing half the work I am now. So come on, stop freaking out about it so much and make a choice.
This isn't something I can just decide by flipping a coin, Crow. And besides, it'd probably be an easier choice if not for a certain someone.
Aw, Reen. Look at this. Oh, man.
What's that in your hand, anyway?
Probably be an easier choice if I didn't have to choose between my friends and my one true love. I mean, wait, what? No, I didn't say that out loud.
Grub, of course. Kinda early, but I brought you your lunch. Mind if I join you?
Hamburgers, fries, and onion rings, huh? I was expecting something more fancy like I had last night.
Oh, that kind of food more your thing? Okay then, give me a minute while I go ask the chef to whip something up.
No, this is fine. The burger looks delicious.
Cool. All right, dig in.
And who puts cheese on fish burgers? Ugh,
This
gross.
tastes kinda different from a normal burger. Oh, no wonder. It's got whitefish in it.
Yeah, they're called fish burgers. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, the tartar sauce makes for an unusual extra flavoring too. This tastes amazing. I like this way more than the food I had last night, to be honest.
Well, glad to hear. Guess it was worth putting my cooking skills to the test after all.
Aw, see, look, he made him lunch. Aw, babies.
Wait, you made this?
Was my first time cooking in a while, too. Sharon could probably do better, though. But I wanted to give it a shot anyway. This stuff was like soul food back in Dry, where I grew up.
Oh.
To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh, yeah. Vita was using some weird thing of hers to let you see what was going on, wasn't she? So I guess you saw what happened there.
Yeah. Jirai was that special economic zone in the Northwest you guys went to during our August field study, too.
We didn't run into anything like that in the Jirai Special Economic Zone. Though I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's under the direct control of an imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, the Empire stitched it on nice and neat, without much opposition. Now it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. It seemed like a pretty lively place.
So you ended up going back to your old hometown then?
Yeah, by pure coincidence. It's changed a lot since I was last there, so it was kind of surreal being back again. But it was nostalgic in its own way, too.
It's been bugging me for a long time now. What could have made you want to join a group of terrorists like the Imperial Liberation Front? What was it that made you hate Chancellor Osborne that much? Enough to take his life? Oh, tell me, Crow, please. I want to know what it was that made you who you are now. What kind of place Jirai was, how you lived there, and what you were doing before you entered the academy and met Toa, Angelica, and George.
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past? Save all that talk for your number one in class. Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa? Laura? Emma? Fee? And don't tell me it's Milliam, because, you know, it...
I'm serious, Crow. I really want to know. Think of telling me your past as paying off the interest you owe in that 50 Mira.
God damn it.
Because until I know, until we know, we won't be able to move forward.
You're really serious.
Crow?
Milliam.
My past really isn't that big of a deal, you know. It's got nothing on yours, that's for sure. If you find yourself thinking that's all when I'm done, well, I warned you. So, you really want to know?
Yeah. Nothing you say will change my mind. Please, tell me.
All right, you win. Like I said, it's just your run-of-the-mill sob story. Pick up any history textbook and you'll probably find a dozen others just like it. It's the kind of story that's so common no one bothers to remember it, like it never even happened. Back in those days, Jirai was known as Jirai City. It was a city-state off the coast of northwest Zemuria that prospered through maritime trade with West Erebonia, Northumbria, and Remiferia. It had a population of around 150,000 people, so it wasn't exactly a big place or anything. Because of that, the surrounding nations left it alone and let us live out our days in peace. We were pretty fortunate, all things considered. Until about 20 years ago. That was when the Northumbrian disaster struck, and much of the Principality of Northumbria was turned to salt. And as a result, trade on the northwest shore was reduced to virtually nothing. Day after day, Jirai's prosperity started to fade away. Still, it wasn't all bad. We had our fishing, our historic landmarks, our septium mines. We could make use of those to get trade going again, both to keep our state running and to help out Northumbria. In fact, the one who advocated that approach was the mayor, my grandfather.
You know, thinking about this now, Crow and Ellie have a lot of similarities.
He was the last mayor Jirai City ever had. He was a stubborn old bastard, but he had this wry sense of humor and was well loved by everyone. I lost my mom and dad early, so he was also my only living relative. He taught me just about everything a guy could know. He was like a mom, dad, and your old master rolled into one, I guess. Anyway, fast forward to 10 years ago. Out of nowhere, we received this proposal from the Erebonian government. They said they wanted to extend a railway line from Heimdall all the way to Jirai. We relied on the sea for trade before, but there wasn't any reason to believe we couldn't benefit from being connected to Heimdall by rail. The proposal drew overwhelming support from the city's council, and as a result, my grandfather was forced to accept. Within a year, the city had all of its old life back and then some. The streets were more bustling than ever. But keep in mind, this was the result of huge amounts of imperial capital flowing into the city. Land and buildings we once treasured were bought up left and right. Everything became a target for investment. People only cared about making money. Something similar supposedly happened in Crossbell too, but unlike there, no opposition existed in Jirai. My grandfather sensed something was off, and he tried what he could to get the situation under control. Then one day, someone blew up the railway line leading to Jirai. Everyone demanded that it be repaired as quickly as possible. Everyone except the imperial government. Instead, they panned our national security arrangements for being insufficient and threatened to withdraw all imperial capital.
Yep. The whole, here's the carrot, but, you don't get to keep it unless you follow what we say.
The city was left in an uproar like we'd never seen. Shares plummeted, and with no one able to ascertain the culprit's identity, chaos reigned. That was when he showed up. Chancellor Gileath Osborne, in his third year as representative of the imperial government, personally came to Jirai. We then received a second proposal.
The restoration of the railway and its future security will be seen to by the Imperial Army. In return for our continued assistance in safekeeping, Jirai will come under the wing of our glorious empire and attain even greater prosperity as a special economic zone.
The timing was too good to be true, really. Realizing this, my grandfather staunchly opposed the idea. He tried everything he could to convince the city's council to reject the offer. Unfortunately, once you taste the sweet fruit of prosperity, it's hard to want to go back. The council, made up of influential merchants and all their greed, jumped at the offer. And tempted by the elimination of customs, together with the tax breaks from being an SEZ, many of the citizens did too. And during all that, they'd conveniently found a suspect behind the railway incident. My grandfather. He loved Jirai more than anyone, and up till then, its people loved him too. And yet, virtually overnight, he found himself facing the wrath of both the city's council and the citizens alike. Left with no choice, he resigned from his position as mayor, and Jirai formally became part of the Empire. Both of these things happened on the same exact day. That was 8 years ago. Naturally, everyone knew my grandfather wasn't the one who did it. They knew who was really responsible. They just turned a blind eye to the truth. See? I warned you. Just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
I don't know what to say, Crow. What happened to him after that? Your grandfather.
One day, he just up and died. Once he resigned, the whole affair with the railway getting blown up was all but forgotten. He lived comfortably in retirement for about half a year, fell ill, and that was that. He just lost the will to go on, I guess. Like I said, he was the only family I had. I mean, I had plenty of friends even then, but I chose to leave it all behind. I was 13 at the time. I wandered the land, doing whatever I had to get by. That was when I met old Cayenne, who happily indulged my hatred for the Chancellor. And with his financial backing, I went out with the goal to find others who were just like me. That was the beginning of the Imperial Liberation Front. Gideon, Scarlet, and Vulcan were among those I recruited. I'd also met Vita then. I only knew her as the woman who would often come to see Cayenne. She guided me to a place below the city of Ordis, and there slept the Azure Knight Ordine. One after another, I overcame the same trials you did with your friends, but alone. And once I'd proven myself worthy, Ordine accepted me as his awakener. That was 3 years ago. I was 16. My preparations complete, I concealed my background and enrolled in a military academy near the capital. Everything I did for the sole purpose of taking the Chancellor's head. Come on now, what's with the face? You look sadder about all this than I do.
Yeah, I guess.
I swear. I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything.
What?
Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. And he may have lost, but Pop's always loved a good gamble. It's thanks to him that I'm pretty good at chess, card games, that kind of stuff. I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
At the end of the day, there's no denying this country has problems, and the Chancellor's methods were making them worse. I studied those problems, worked out how to use the situation to my advantage, and then won the game with an all-or-nothing gamble. But when you think of how peaceful Jirai is now, I'd say I've got a duty to clear up the mess left behind by my game too, which means ending this war and restoring peace. So it's only when that's done that my game is truly over. I don't want whatever your decision is to be influenced by my past, okay? Like Rufus said, you need to think long and hard about what it is you're fighting for. For you, more than anyone else.
Yeah, but Crow...
Anyway, I think I've stuck around here for long enough. You're gonna be treated as a visitor. Well, sort of. It's about time for the higher-ups to head back to Heimdall, so go ahead and pass the time however you want.
However I want? What else can I even do here?
Looks like Rufus is heading out, judging by the gate of his ship. No, not just Rufus, Cayenne and Vita as well.
There'll be no guards outside your room, so if you want to try and escape, be my guest. Just keep in mind that some members of Ouroboros and Zephyr are on board too, not to mention me, Scarlet, and Vulcan. So if you're up for a gamble of your own, get ready to take all of us on.
Here's Crow subtly hinting, hey, you wanna try and escape? Sure, it'll be fun.
Sounds fun.
Oh yeah, one more thing. There's this real cute visitor in the guest of honors room on the second floor. I think she'd perk right up if she saw you, so why not go pay her a visit? Just don't go making your girl jealous, okay?
I wonder who he means. He said she's in the guest of honors room. Well, I can't waste much time here. I told everyone I'd definitely come back soon. Right now, I need to gather as much information as I can. I can make my choice after that. At least then, it'll be an informed one.
So yeah, we get free reign of the Pantagruel, and we get to talk to villains. Yay! And now that all the cutscenes are over, we might as well make a new save. So yeah. As you can see, we've got 7 different events we can check out. So let's go pay some people a visit, shall we?
I can sense someone inside.
Come on in if you like.
Oh, it's Scarlet.
That sounds like... Excuse me.
Reen's out here making friends. Or making ferns. Because he's planting trees. Spreading his seeds wherever they might go.
Hello there, love. I'd heard you came on board yesterday, so I did wonder whether we would run into one another at some point.
Hello, Scarlet. Last time we spoke was a month and a half ago near Trista, I think.
Quite a memorable day for both of us, wasn't it? There's no need to stand over there. Come and have a seat. I'll pour us some tea.
You really don't have to.
Of course she does.
Well, I guess there's no harm in chatting for a bit.
These tea leaves really are wonderful, aren't they? Only the best for the airship of Erebonia's most powerful noble, I suppose.
I have to admit, the fragrance is like no tea I've ever had before. You're right, though. It makes sense if it's something Duke Cayenne personally chose.
Oh? I was under the impression that your family is a part of the nobility, too. Your father is a baron, isn't he?
He might be a noble, but generally barons aren't all that wealthy. We live a relatively modest lifestyle.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have thought it before, but maybe my family was actually more well off than yours.
And Scarlet, I heard she lost her old hometown when he went and built a railway through it.
What kind of family did you come from, then?
Oh, they weren't nobles, if that's what you're wondering. They were just relatively wealthy farmers. We were almost local celebrities in a way.
Oh, I see.
You're wondering how someone like me became a terrorist? It's written all over your face.
Well, I can't deny that I'm curious. I heard that you lost your hometown because Osborne built a railway through it.
Oh, did C tell you? No, I suppose it must have been V. He never was one to keep quiet about things.
So, I mean, what happened?
Some things are best left unsaid, I think. It's not as if knowing would somehow allow you to change things.
I suppose.
You're so adorable, Reen. Now I know why C took a liking to you. What do you say? How about you come and fight with me and the other big girls and boys? It'll be fun, I promise.
Please, stop teasing me. Anyway, thank you for the tea. It wasn't just made with high-quality leaves. It was brewed exceptionally, too.
You're very welcome.
Oh, actually, I may as well ask while I have the chance. Where did you learn how to use that weapon of yours anyway? It's pretty unique.
Oh, that? I suppose it can't hurt to tell you. The holy city of Arteria.
The Arteria? Where the high seat of the Septian Church is?
That's the one. It's called a Templar sword, and it's a traditional weapon in the church. A few years ago, I was studying to be a sister and was trained in how to use it there.
Surely you must be talking about some other church, right?
No.
You're telling me there are sisters in the Septian Church who use weapons like that?
There are more things in this world you don't know than you could possibly imagine. Well, it doesn't matter much now. I ended up returning to Erebonia before my training was complete.
Oh?
Anyway, that's all I'm telling you for now. I'll give you the full story if you decide to join us. Sound fair? And if you choose not to join, well, that way has its own charms, I suppose.
Oh, Scarlet.
She ended up being a lot friendlier than I expected her to be. I wonder how much of what she was saying about being a sister was true. She seemed to really hate the Chancellor. I wonder what she intends to do now that he's gone. I can sense someone inside. And judging by the fact that S is in the next room,
May as well say hi to me.
Huh? It's open. Come on in.
excuse me.
Scarlet's not Byleth. He's not an instructor.
Oh, it's you. You finished talking with C?
His name's Crow, not C, and he's never going to be anything else for me.
Because he's my wife. I mean, my husband. I mean, shh.
Oh, I know his real name. But to us, he's always gonna be C. That's our leader. He might be young, but each and every one of us look up to him and respect him.
But Sword.
Anyway, take a seat. You've got a whole lot of questions, I bet.
Does you asking that mean you're willing to answer them?
Depends on the questions.
Just out of curiosity, how many members does the Imperial Liberation Front have left? I know the explosion back in the mine was staged, obviously.
Sure was. Anyway, 10, give or take. We lost most of our members as soon as the war started kicking into gear.
Oh. Is that because the group's primary objective had been fulfilled?
Basically, yeah. We all came from different backgrounds, but the one thing we had in common was that we hated that bastard's guts. So after he'd kicked it, most of the guys didn't really have any reason for sticking around. Can't say I blame them for calling it quits.
Crow said that seeing this war through to its end was the last part of his game. Are the members who haven't left sticking around for similar reasons?
Interesting question. Can't speak for the others, but me, I don't really care how this war goes. I mean, I'm a former Jaeger who can hold his own in a fight. I've always lived for war. And teaching those dumbasses in the provincial armies how to pilot soldats is a job worth doing, even if it's a pain. If we disband, I'll find myself something else to do.
I see. I can't defend the assassination of the Chancellor or what you did near Trista, but I'd be happy if you chose to disband at least.
You're a funny kid. Being oddly nice to us after all the shit we caused, don't you think?
The cycle of hatred's gone on for long enough. The crimes you've committed will never vanish, but no one wants this war to go on longer than it has to. It's not as though you guys want war, do you?
That's enough of the niceties. You've got time to worry about us. Use it to worry about yourself. Whether you choose to side with the Alliance or go against them.
Oh, okay, so that's Latin. Imperio au prioritum forma? I don't know. It's really hard to read what that says.
You've got a tough road ahead, whether you like it or not.
I assume that just means Imperial Liberation Front in Latin, but,
Make sure to think long and hard before you decide.
Cunning, maybe, but not a linguist.
And if we end up as enemies again, show me what you got. On the battlefield, I mean.
Excuse me.
Think I might have been too harsh on the kid. Still... yeah. He's probably perfect for the job.
Wonder what Vulcan's hinting at.
He saw right through me. He's not wrong, though. I should be worrying about myself right now. He seemed kind of different, though. Like he'd lost his spark. His sole objective in life seemed to be to get revenge for his old Jaeger Corps killed by Osborn. Maybe he's just not sure what to do with himself now that he's done just that?
Oh look, it's everyone's favorite Phantom Thief. Let's say hi.
Good day to you, Reen Schwarzer.
What the? You're the Phantom Thief! You sure look comfortable. What are you doing here?
Ha ha! Why wouldn't I be? I'm as much a guest on this ship as you are. And who would deny themselves the pleasure of a ship so beautiful? The furnishings are immaculate. The food and wine are positively sumptuous. And I am of the firm belief that it's wasteful not to take advantage of the opportunities life presents you.
Oh, Blue Blanc.
And speaking of opportunities, don't just stand there. Take a seat and join me in having a drink. You've been blessed with the rare chance to sit and chat one-on-one with the most beloved thief of our time.
I can't believe that's how you describe yourself.
The most beloved thief of our time.
I'll have a drink. Nothing alcoholic, though.
Oh.
Funny. I didn't realize you'd met Prince Olivert.
Ha! Indeed. There are few even among royals whose palate is so refined as his. Between our shared love of beauty and fundamental difference of opinion on the nature of love, he forever remains an endless source of entertainment for me.
I suddenly feel very sorry for him. What happened down in Liberl sounds pretty amazing, though. I'd heard there were problems with orbal technology in southern Erebonia at the time, but I had no idea that was why.
Ha ha! That magnificent floating city was quite the sight to behold, let me tell you. Oh, how I wish I could have shown it to you. It would have changed your view of the world completely.
It really does sound amazing. Wait, why am I sitting here having a friendly discussion with a wanted criminal? He has so many interesting and unusual stories, I got completely caught up listening to them.
It's just because, you know, he likes story time. Story time's his favorite.
A thief of my caliber can steal much more than objects, Reed. There. I was able to steal much of your time and your interest. Perhaps I stole your heart as well.
Oh, goodness.
Rest assured that did not happen. Your stories were interesting, though, I'll admit. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know where Prince Olivert is now, would you? Last I checked, he wasn't actively fighting against the Alliance.
Ha ha! I imagine Duke Cayenne would welcome a man like the Prince with open arms into the Alliance, if he so wished to join. To my knowledge, he was always wary of the Chancellor himself. But I digress. I'm afraid not even I know where he is at the moment. However, I'm inclined to believe that wherever he's hiding, the Crimson Wings is there with him.
So the Courageous is missing too, then. Although the Duke's got some nerve if he expects Prince Olivert to side with him after he imprisoned the rest of the Imperial family.
But think, these kinds of things are simply what the great nobles of this country have always done. The War of the Lions, too, was brought about by numerous families of some standing backing potential successors to the throne. Emperor Dreikels, as a late arrival to the war, was a mere exception to the rule. I wonder, does Prince Oliver think himself as the second coming of Drygles?
One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will. I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day, you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
I don't think he does. From what I can tell, he intends to try and end this war in a slightly different way from Drygles.
Oh? Do tell.
Sorry, but I should be going. Thanks for all the interesting stories. They helped me work through things in my head a bit.
Ha! I'm pleased to hear it.
And he put that mask on just like that.
I will be waiting at the edge of my seat to hear which path you choose. Join us, and you'll be warmly welcomed. Naturally, I'm fascinated by you as the Ashen Knight's pilot, but I'm even more fascinated with that brute strength of yours. I would love the chance to see the power of an ogre up close.
Are you hitting on me?
I doubt it's half as interesting as what you're thinking. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
Blue Blanc, are you hitting on me? I'm sorry, this is a one-crow rodeo. A crowdeo, if you will.
I wonder who's in here.
We got a visitor?
Come on in.
Excuse me.
Figured it was you. Sup?
Have a seat. Bourbon? I suppose not.
Bourbon? Aw, damn it.
Yeah, I really shouldn't. How come you guys are being so friendly, though? I mean, we're on opposing sides and all.
Why wouldn't we be? It's not like we're on a battlefield right now. We're Jaegers. Nothing unusual about us trying to cut some throats one day that's sitting in a bar with the same guys the next.
Of course, if you would rather fight with us, that can be arranged.
I shall have to politely decline. For one thing, I don't think I'd stand the slightest chance of taking you two down.
Hey now, no need to be so pessimistic. He seems to think pretty highly of you. Have a little more faith in yourself.
At the very least, you'd be able to give us a real fight in your divine night. Not that I'd have any intention of losing even then.
The scary thing is, I'm pretty sure he's dead serious. Well, they're used to taking out tanks. They probably have their ways.
Ah, man.
Huh. Oh, yeah? Ranking 72nd for the year in an academy full of big shot students ain't half bad. Brings a tear to my eye to see our little Fee putting her heart into her education.
Ooh, look, I get to ban people. Yay.
And don't forget, she was the youngest of her classmates, too. The boss was right when he said that she can do anything she puts her mind to.
You got that right. Maybe joining the gardening club will make her a bit more ladylike, too. Oh, who am I kidding?
She's still young. She has plenty of time to develop on that front if she so pleases.
They really seem to adore her, like two proud parents talking about their child. And yet... If you don't mind me asking, why did you leave Fee behind? After your boss was killed in a battle with his sworn enemy, I mean.
Oh, Fee told you about that. It sounds like you're closer to her than I thought you were.
I trust this is simply me being paranoid. But you haven't tried making any moves on her, have you?
No, of course not. I wouldn't dream of it. I just want to know why you'd abandon her when she obviously means so much to the two of you. She thought of you all like family. Why did you leave her all alone?
Well... We had our reasons. Let's leave it at that. I know you want to know, but you're not the one we should be telling that to.
We'll be sure to tell Fee our reasons in due time. Until then, leave the issue be.
Alright. I can accept that. Still, she's our classmate. In that sense, she's like family to me, to us, too. And we feel that way about her just as strongly as you do, if not more so. I want to be perfectly clear on that.
Fighting words right there.
Still, we'll remember you said that. Returning to the matter at hand, you're sure you haven't tried to make any moves on her?
Come on, spit it out.
They really are like two overprotective fathers.
These dads. So cute. But also, oh no, Reen.
I was hoping to get a bit more out of them about what Zephyr is up to. All we did was talk about Fee the whole time. Oh well. At least now I know that the guys in Zephyr really cared about her, so it wasn't a complete waste of time.
Anyway, I got a few more people to talk to. Let's go into this room.
I can sense someone inside. What the?
Fee and her two overprotective dads. Yep. Oh hey, it's McFirebro.
Oh, it's you. Forgot you were staying here too.
Yeah. What was that? It's gone now anyway. Maybe it was just my imagination.
So what's up? I couldn't give a damn whether you joined the Alliance or not, to be honest.
Oh, I didn't come here for any specific reason.
Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
Could I sit and talk to you for a while?
What a pain in the ass.
He's not saying no, though.
So, what do you want to ask?
When we ran into each other back near Bereahard, you asked a weird question. Something about being mixed?
Oh, that?
I didn't have the chance to figure out what that meant at the time. But what did you mean?
Don't know if I can even explain that one. It's just something you feel. What we've got mixed into us is obviously different in strength and nature. It's kind of hard to put into words.
Yeah, seems that way. I know you're not trying to confuse me on purpose, but I really can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
Just watch.
Huh?
There's no trick to it. I'm not using an ornament, it's not magic. And I'm not using an artifact either. I just will fire to appear, and it does.
So it's just a totally unnatural ability?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Something that just gives you results, without the processes you'd usually have to go through to obtain them. You've got one too, right?
Well, true. That power of mine wasn't something I gained from training. I don't even know where the power itself is coming from.
It's the same kind of thing. People who can do things like that usually have something mixed into them. Something foreign, unnatural, mixed into their body itself. Different to the church's stigmas. Looks like a pretty small part of it in your case, though.
Oh.
There, huh? Anyway, I couldn't tell you how, where, or why whatever it is got mixed into you. Sure you've got more questions, but sorry. I can't answer them.
No, it's okay. You've answered enough already. I feel like I understand myself a little better now, actually.
Good for you, I guess. So, we done now?
Yeah, thanks for your time. Oh yeah, so how much of you is unnatural?
Me? All of me.
Sorry, every time. That line, every time.
His circumstances seem very different from mine.
How much of you is unnatural?
All of me.
Guess all I can do is remember what he said. maybe there will come a time when it'll all make sense. I'm sure one day I'll find out what this power of mine is, what the story behind me being given this power as a kid is. One day.
Alright. 2 more to go.
Huh? I think I can sense someone inside. Given the circumstances, I imagine it must be one of the people who fought us in Ymir. Huh? It's open. It's empty. Weird. I could have sworn I sensed someone in here. Oh.
Reen, no! Back away! Oh, you fool.
Looking at her lying down like this, she really is just a child. Maybe 12 or 13? Somewhere close to Milliam's age. How did a kid like this end up fighting with the Alliance?
Who are you? Who's calling me?
Is she talking in her sleep?
Oh no, I've been clipped. But who was calling her? We'll never know.
Situation assessed. Location is a room inside the guest area of the Pentagrul. 9 hours have passed since initial loss of consciousness.
Guess she's sleeping comfortably enough here. Then again, she needs it at her age. She's got plenty of growing left. Wait.
Huh?
Good morning?
Reen Schwarzer, why are you here? Unless my memories have been tampered with, I believe this room was solely allocated to me.
Oh, it was. Sorry. If I'd known you were sleeping, I wouldn't have come in here.
So you're an intruder then? Clown Soleus.
No, it was just an innocent mistake.
Rip.
Whoa, can we at least talk about this?
No mercy for trespassers.
Rip. And now we're dead.
So you claim to have no inappropriate motives for sneaking into this room.
Not claim! I really didn't!
But once you walked in, you fell victim to temptation and chose to act in accordance to your desires.
No! No, I didn't! How many times do I have to explain what happened before you'll believe me?
Oh, Tina.
I was making a joke. Had you any intention of harming me, Clown Soleus would have attacked you. That he didn't proves your innocence.
At least you can joke about that.
Right. Then what was all that for? Oh, whatever. I suppose it's my own fault for coming in without permission. Anyway, I've cleared my name. I'll see you some other time, probably.
If that's what you want to do, you didn't come to ask me anything then?
Well, no. Honestly, I didn't even know you were in here. I do have a lot I'd like to ask you, though. And just as much I'd like to say to you. Okay, if you're offering, what are your reasons for helping the Alliance? Why do you have a puppet just like Milliam's? Just who are you?
The answer to your first question is, I was ordered to do so. As all information regarding Clown Soleus is confidential, I am unable to answer your second question. And as for the last one, I am unable to fully comprehend the depth of your question.
Oh, forget it. You abducted my sister and the princess. Whether you were ordered to or not doesn't change that. And it's not something I think I can forgive. See you around.
Ouchies. Oh, Reen, you're trying to be hard, but you just can't do it. You're just a soft baby boy deep down inside.
Sorry, that was probably too harsh. I can't pretend to know anything about your circumstances, but I do know that you didn't abduct them of your own free will. Anyway, with that said, I'll be going. Maybe we'll have a chance to talk again sometime.
The Black Workshop.
What?
That's the name of the place I belong to. It was they who loaned me to the Noble Alliance. Unless you choose to join the Alliance, that is the most I'm able to disclose to you.
The name doesn't ring any bells. And loaned? That makes it sound like... I suppose it's none of my business.
Reen, no. Head patting is a crime.
Thanks for telling me. I'll be sure to remember that name.
I can't see doing so holding any real purpose for you. Incidentally, did you have any untoward motives behind what you just did?
No, I did not.
I was just trying to adopt a daughter. Maybe it'll take later. No.
The Black Workshop? Loaned? Sounds like stuff worth remembering.
Head patting has begun. Anyway, saving the best one for last year. It's the Dubes.
Having to travel to and from Crossbell like this is utterly exhausting. No, I mustn't complain. I'm doing this for the sake of my lord.
Didn't I see her in Legram?
Who goes there? Wait, you're the Ashen Knight's pilot.
I remember you now. You're with Ouroboros. Duvali the Swift, right?
Have you no shame? Is it perhaps normal for you to barge into a lady's room unannounced? You and that Arseid are only as bad as each other, I swear. Learn your place!
Actually, I just walked through the door normally. I should have probably knocked before I came in, though. Sorry about that.
Oh, Reen. I don't know why she had to get changed, but okay.
So, now that we're understood, what do you want? Have you come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side after all?
Can you not jump to conclusions? Besides, it's not like you're working with the Alliance because you agree with what they're doing.
Oh, naturally. Lady Clotilde seems to have a purpose of her own. But for my part, I have no obligation to help the Alliance whatsoever. I'm simply cooperating because I was told doing so was necessary to the plan.
Plan? I'm not sure what she's getting at.
Tell me
Just
all
so
about
we're
your
clear,
plans.
that lord you keep mentioning isn't Vita Clotilde, is it?
No. She may be an Anguis like her, but my lord is the seventh, not the second. She is the leader of the Stallritter, the great light which guides us. Gallant yet beautiful, proud yet merciful. She's the strongest knight of all, and oh, she's simply divine.
Oh gosh.
Well, you've made it clear how great you think she is. So the head of the Stallritter is also a woman?
She certainly is. And if you must know, 100 swordsmen of your strength couldn't hope to equal her.
That's not exaggeration.
No, 1,000, even 10,000 of you wouldn't be able to so much as scratch her.
That might be exaggeration.
Okay, I get it. She's strong. Still, if she's a woman who could be described as the strongest knight of all, Laura already noticed the similarity between the Eisenritter and Stallritter, but she really does sound like Saint Sandlot.
I see I've got you thinking. Incidentally, I may have already mentioned her title, but one can never share my lord's glory too many times. She's known as the Steel Maiden.
The Steel Maiden, huh?
And with that, I believe that's enough idle chatter. If you didn't come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side, then we remain enemies. As such, we shouldn't be standing here being friendly with one another.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Sorry for bothering you. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to ask. You're not an enforcer like Blue Blanc or Sharon, right? Is there any reason for that?
You just had to ask. Enforcers are selected by the Society's leader, the Grand Master. And in order to be selected as one and given a number, that person needs to be burdened by some kind of darkness. But just so we're clear, there is no correlation between having a number and one's strength, all right? I'm quite strong.
I didn't say you weren't, but it makes perfect sense. You don't strike me as someone who's carrying any kind of darkness with you. You're refreshingly sincere. Like someone who hates anything that strays from the path of righteousness.
I'll thank you not to spout such nauseating drivel in my presence.
Oh, he's got you pegged, Dubes.
Now get the hell out of my room!
Oh dear. Oh baby.
She chased me out. I'm really curious about the Steel Maiden. Could she really have some connection with the Lance Maiden? Perhaps even with the woman who helped us during our August field study.
Maybe. We'll never know. She still seems depressed, you say? I'm afraid so. It pains me to see her like this, to be honest. Perhaps we should inform His Grace about this. I can certainly see it having a negative effect on her health if she remains this way much longer. Whether His Grace will truly care, however, I'll give the issue some more thought. May I leave her to you in the meantime? Absolutely. They're talking about our super secret special guest of honor, who is up on the second floor here. Just checking that there is nothing else to be had. No, but you can take a look at how lavish this freaking ship is.
This should be the guest of honor's room. Time to see who's inside.
Yes? Who is it? Please come in.
That sounds like... Excuse me.
I mean, this is a pretty swank appellation, I have to say. Hi, Alphen. We found you.
I had a feeling it was you, but I didn't dare to hope.
It's you. It's really, really you.
Your Highness.
How did you get here? This all feels like a dream. Please don't tell me it is. I don't think my heart could handle the disappointment.
It's really me. I'm so glad you're safe. I'm so sorry that you had to go through all of this. If I hadn't been so weak and careless, none of this would have happened.
You mustn't apologize. Simply being able to see you again is more than I could have hoped for.
You must have been really lonely. I'm here for you now, though. I might not be the most reliable person for the job, but I'm not going anywhere.
Baby. It is a dream. This isn't real. Nothing's
So that's
real.
what you've been doing all this time?
Yeah. I was happy all of us were able to get back together again. But then yesterday, I ended up being invited onto this ship by Duke Cayenne. That's why I'm here, talking to you.
I do recall thinking things were a little noisier than usual yesterday. Now I know why. Strange as it may sound, I suppose I owe the Duke my thanks. After all, if not for his invitation, we wouldn't have been able to find each other like this.
Sorry. I wish I could say I'd snuck on board to rescue you or something. Incidentally, I hesitate to ask, but...
You want to know where Elise is, right? She's not on this ship, I'm afraid. I can't say for sure, but I believe she's been taken to the same place as my parents.
Really?
I'm sure it isn't news to you that my mother, father, and Cedric have been imprisoned somewhere. And apparently, they've chosen Elise to be my family's attendant. So it's likely wherever they've been taken, she's right there with them.
Really? I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or what.
I can hardly blame you. I feel exactly the same way, even.
But why were you alone imprisoned on this airship? Surely there must be some reason.
That was Duke Cayenne's decision. I believe he's using me to suppress potential rebellion in areas occupied by the Alliance, by having me address the people and calm them down.
Forgive me for saying so, but that's a little messed up, using you like that.
More than a little.
I don't especially mind doing it, honestly. It's a simple enough task.
Oh, that's not the issue here.
People all across Erebonia are uneasy about this war. And as princess, I should do what's within my power to help calm their nerves.
But at the expense of your own feelings? I know you want to help, but you can't be happy about being used as the Alliance's puppet to deceive them. Plus, you've been forcibly separated from your family, your best friend. You don't even know where they are.
Yes, but... Oh, why even bother? You see through everything, don't you, Reen? Anyway, putting my feelings aside, what do you plan to do now? I presume you don't intend to actually do whatever Duke Cayenne tells you to.
Well...
No.
I'm really not sure what to do. The longer this war goes on, the more people will suffer because of it. But even so, I don't feel as though siding with the Noble Alliance is the right course of action. And the same goes for the Imperial Army. I can't in good conscience side with them either.
I see.
There's so much to think about. You're being used as a puppet against your will? And then Elise is imprisoned somewhere too, being forced to do who knows what. I have to act somehow to change things.
That wasn't your fault, Reen.
Ever since I was taken in by my family all those years ago, I've tried to be a brother figure to her.
Because you are her brother. Literally.
I became the person I am today because of them. They've always loved me like they would a real son. And she's always treated me like a real older brother.
That's because you are Reen.
You saw that power of mine, didn't you? And what I look like when I use it?
Well, yes, I did.
Back when I was a kid, something just like that happened. I ended up using it right there in front of her. She should have been terrified of me. But if she was, she never once let it show. She treated me exactly the same as before. And that was when I swore, deep within my heart, no matter what happened, no matter what I had to do, I would always protect her. And that's why I can't help but wonder. I can't help but wonder if now's the time to live up to that promise, if I should put her before everything else. Even if I have to ignore or outright betray my own personal beliefs in the process.
Reen. As your honorary little sister, I order you to get a hold of yourself.
Thank you, Alphen.
Your Highness.
I know Elise far better than you think I do. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say I know her better than you.
Probably. I mean, you are girlfriends.
She's already told me so much about what happened 8 years ago. She told me about how that snowy day was what inspired you to take up the sword. She told me how traumatic that moment was for you. How what happened stays with you even now. And she even told me that, while she hated how she felt the tiniest bit happy because of it. Because it meant that your attention, your guilt, and your sense of responsibility were directed towards her and no one else. And she knew more than anyone how selfish that was. She may have had other reasons for choosing to go to Saint Estrella, but her main reason was that she didn't want you to keep feeling guilty because of her. More than anything else, she wanted to free you of your burdens. You should know. When you joined Thor's and were making new friends, and you finally seemed to be moving forward, she felt a little jealous, and even a little lonely at being left behind. But she was so very, very happy for you too. So please, Reen, please don't use Elise to justify not choosing your place in this war. Because I know for a fact, she wants you, of all people, to carve your own path and find true happiness.
How could I have been so blind? All this time I thought I was trying to protect her, and it's been the other way around since the start.
Because you're a darn fool, Reen.
And that's not just true for her either. Mom, Dad, Master Ka-Fi. All my friends at Thor's, they've been supporting me this whole time. How could I have missed something so obvious? I think I finally understand what I've been lacking inside of me all this time. I was so focused on trying to protect others, I never stopped to think about how relationships go both ways. Others try to support me just like I try to support them, and I have as much of an effect on them as they do on me. How did I not realize before now? I'm sorry, Master. I think you gave me that intermediate scroll a bit too soon. But better to realize late than never, I suppose. Because now I finally feel like I'm ready. As long as I keep that fact in mind, I won't lose control again.
So yeah, Reen received the intermediate scroll in the drama CD that happens after Chapter 6 and before the epilogue of Cold Seal 1. But yeah, Reen has obtained a new state of mind. He is now ready to use a new craft, Spirit Unification, when the time comes. And this is how Reen becomes the strongest character in the game.
Are you alright?
I'm fine. I've got you to thank for that. Forget honorary. You sounded just like my real sister for a minute. So, thank you. I think it's time we get going. I wouldn't want to keep my classmates waiting any longer than I already have.
A pity, but you're right. I was rather hoping we could stay like this a little while longer. But I suppose all good things have to come to an end. Take care of yourself, Reen. I'll leave Elise's rescue to you. No matter what it takes, please. Why are you shaking your head?
I said it's time we get going, didn't I? There's no way I'm leaving my sister's best friend imprisoned in a place like this. I will get the two of us off this ship. So stay close to me.
Right!
That's right. Now that we've had our fun talking with the villains, it's time for us to make our daring escape.
So, do you have an escape plan?
Valimar, the Ashen Knight, is on the deck. He's chained up there, but if we can get to him, I'm sure we can find some way to use him to get away from here. First, though, we need to find a way to get out of this part of the ship without anyone noticing.
Alright then. I never imagined I'd be running away from here with you at my side. Elise is going to be so envious.
Anyway, let's get going.
So, Alphen has temporarily joined our party. She has no weapons. She has some armor and accessories, though, and you can put stuff on her. You can also switch her to her the Stry Girl Skull uniform, since carrying over costumes and such. Alright. Now then, She's also level 60, so don't, like, rely on her in a fight.
There are a lot of very strong people here, so try to keep your voice down.
Not to worry.
Good day, Princess Alphen. And, Master Reen, was it? Yeah, that's me. He's always been someone rather special to me. Now that we've enjoyed our fateful reunion with one another, I wish never to be parted from him again. She really wants this poor maid to take things the wrong way. Is that so? My, how wonderful. I imagine you don't want me to press you on what way he's rather special to you. Quite the contrary. I would prefer such pressing on if you don't mind. Although the answer should be all but obvious with just a little thought. Oh my. Alphen, no. That poor maid. She's gonna tell everyone.
This looks like...
It's a duct. That's right.
Thought so. It's a vent.
Well, that's convenient. Might it lead to somewhere else on the ship, you think?
Most likely. Still, I can't very well ask a princess to crawl through a vent.
Nonsense, Reen. Of course you can. I'm ready to begin our great escape.
But it's going to be all dark inside. And probably filthy, too.
Oh my god, Reen, get over
A little
yourself.
bit of darkness and dirt never hurt anyone. I had to travel through some fairly narrow underground passages when escaping from Heimdall, too. All right? How about I go first? I'm smaller than you, after all.
Absolutely not.
No, definitely not. Well, as long as you're all right with it. But I'll be going first. Like I said before, just stay close to me.
All right, then.
You'd think a princess would be more mindful when she's wearing a dress.
Nah. It just means she doesn't mind you getting a sneak peek of the goods.
I'm surprised. It's not dirty at
Maybe
all
it's
in
because
here.
the ship's newly built?
Ugh.
Oh, there's a corner.
We must be past the guest area then.
Long duct. Gah.
Looks like we're in the clear for that part of the ship at least.
My, that was intense. It's like I've stepped right into the world of one of those spy novels that are so popular these days.
Anyway, here's hoping we can make it to the deck without getting caught.
What is it?
Soldiers are coming this way. Keep a safe distance and let me handle this.
At least they were nice enough to let us keep our sword.
It feels like the closest thing we have to someone ordinary around here is that kid. It's pretty nerve-wracking having to be around them all.
I just wish I could get to see Princess Alphen in person.
Oh.
What?
Too late!
Good luck, Green!
Here I go! Second form!
Gladly!
Right. It automatically starts me on arts.
Let's move. There!
Right!
My turn! Yeah!
The audacity.
That wraps things up in a neat little bow.
Oh, they're strong.
Are you all right, Your Highness?
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks to you, of course. Let's be going. I'll be sure to stay very close to you.
Good. All right, here we go.
All right. So you can rest, modify your orbment, do all that kind of stuff here. It's good in case you mess something up, but we should be alright. We can't turn back now. We need to escape. Of course, I'm with you all the way.
Right!
My turn. Ha! Ha! Bring it on. Here I go. Second form. Gale!
Hang in there!
Thanks.
Gladly! Arcus, activate!
Here I go. Ha!
I mean, have you tried hitting things lately?
Let's move. Sit.
That's better.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Probably would have been over quicker. If, you know, that bullshit didn't happen.
They're called archaisms.
And naturally, Duke Cayenne would be flaunting archaisms in his fancy-ass ship here. He is working with Ouroboros, after all.
I don't suppose escaping through the windows would be an option.
Probably not. We'll have to do this the long way.
Yeah, we're not jumping out of any buildings here. But it'd be so cool.
Enemy sighted. Let's take him out. My turn.
Right!
Oh, Tira doesn't prevent burn in this game. God damn it.
Here I go.
It used to be when you cast Tyr and Tira, they prevented burn.
Now!
The only reason I did it in the first place.
Let's move. There! Ha!
Gladly! Arcus?
My turn. Ha!
Gladly!
Here I go. Ha!
That was splendid!
Do, do.
There they are! Recover the princess!
Whew!
2 soldiers, 1 military monster. Shouldn't be a problem. Stay back, please.
Right!
Here I go.
Right. Arcus, activate.
Let's move. Now's our chance.
Oh no, he cast a healing spell. God damn it.
Here I go.
Waste my time with that shit,
Second
huh?
form. Game. Now's our chance. Huh.
Right.
Let's move. Let's move.
Gladly.
Thanks.
Have a good night, Koro.
My turn.
Take care of yourself.
Let's move. We'll cut our own path. I'm shocked how skilled you are with arts.
You're not talking about you.
You are? You're so sweet.
I didn't kill a dog. I killed a military monster. They're different. I'm not PETA here.
Good luck, Green.
My turn. Second form. Gale.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Green baby, come on, you gotta.
That was splendid.
Great.
Please consider hitting the enemies to do more damage. Alright, we're almost at the end here.
Good luck, Green.
My turn. Now.
It's my turn. Arcus, activate.
Let's move. Let's move. Now's our chance.
Gladly.
Boomba.
That was splendid. That went well. Oh, look! A staircase!
Hopefully this will lead to the deck.
Alright, let's heal ourselves up. Dum, dum. And yeah, Alphen's levels don't matter for this area. So don't worry too much about it. Can't give her quartz, though. She comes naturally with the Seraph quartz, though, which is, like, kind of absurd. Yeah. Thinking I might need to, like, invest in just getting Reen a hit quartz or hit accessory of some kind. Oh, baby. It's, the 0% hit rate, really. Do I have any accessory items? No, I don't. Okay, I won't worry about it.
How did you get ahead of us?
Oh snap, it's Blue, Blanc, and Doobly.
I'll freely admit I wasn't actually expecting you to join the Alliance. But not even in my wildest dreams did I imagine you'd try to flee the ship with our dearest princess.
You're a bold one, I'll give you that.
I wasn't expecting to run into either of you on the way out either. You guys aren't called the Phantom Thief and Doobly the Swift for nothing.
Trying to praise us won't get us to let you pass.
Ha-ha! Princess Alphin is one of this nation's most precious treasures. You surely couldn't have thought that I, the Phantom Thief, would allow you to steal her from us, could you?
I'm not being stolen by anyone. If anything, I was the one who whispered sweet nothings into his ear and tempted him to run away with me.
Alpha, no, don't encourage them.
Oh my! What a passionate young lady you are. Forgive me for being so presumptuous. You've no doubt taken after your brother in more ways than one.
I'd like to believe that I'm not quite the oddball he is. I couldn't agree more with his belief that love is the truest form of beauty, however.
Really now?
They're actually hitting it off.
I think that's enough messing around for one day. You're an enforcer, Blue Blanc. Take your work seriously and behave!
Ha ha! I think the number of enforcers who take things seriously are in the minority, I'm afraid. Still, you're right about us having played around for long enough. I find the many mysteries surrounding you fascinating, but there's a certain appeal to them remaining forever unsolved, too.
You may think yourself a swordsman, but allow me to show you how little you truly know. Are you sure you can do this?
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. The gap in skill between us is small enough that I should be able to force our way through.
Oh?
Small? The difference in our strength is like night and day, you boor! And if you're foolish enough to be unable to see that, then allow me to make you realize your folly and pay for your arrogance.
The one being foolish and arrogant is you.
My.
Reen?
I owe me being able to do this to you, Your Highness. You and Elise. Now, everyone who's done anything to aid us in coming this far deserves thanks.
What's happened to him?
Could this be your ogre power?
8 leaves, 1 blade school, intermediate level. I, Reen Schwarzer, will be your opponent.
I will enjoy this.
This is his ogre power?
Let's move.
So, we got, new crafts.
Arcane, Gale!
They're pretty nice. They also do way less damage to us now that we're in this form.
Burn to ash. Fall!
Might as well show off everything we're capable of.
My minions.
Let's move. Yeah!
turn. Ha! Here we go. Arcane Gale!
Oh, lame.
How can this be happening? What is he?
So yeah, you don't get to play around with that fight for too long.
Ha ha ha! Splendid! Simply splendid! So you finally conquered your power and made it your own, did you? You continue to fascinate me, Reed.
Green.
Forgive me, Your Highness.
What for?
Yoink.
Goodness!
Wait just a damn minute!
Whoa, what's going on here?
I don't know, but I don't think it's worth us chasing after them.
Reen is not Mario. And Alphen is not Princess Peach.
We'll make our way directly to the deck. Are you all right, Your Highness?
Yes! Perfectly! My heart just feels as if it's about to burst.
That doesn't sound very fine.
Come on, is now really the time to be flirting with each other?
You're here too!
You got some real guts, kiddo. But you ain't getting past us.
Zephyr's guard shall not be easily broke.
Spoke too soon.
Looks like he's picked up a few tricks from our fee.
The targets have broken our line of defense. Commencing pursuit.
I'm sorry about that, Your Highness.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. But, can I hold on to you a little tighter?
Of course.
Targets in sight. Commencing capture. My suspicions outlining you as an indecent person seem to have been confirmed.
Can you not make me out to be some kind of pervert all the time, please?
Yeah, I'm only a pervert some of the time. Target lost. I may have underestimated you, Reen Schwarzer. In more ways than one.
I'm so sorry, Your Highness. I didn't really have any choice but to do that. I realize that's no excuse.
I know you didn't. But she seemed even younger than me. How could you, Reen? That truly is indecent.
Try not to pay any attention to what she says about me. There's the exit.
Don't change the subject.
Oh, Alphen. Poor sweet Alphen.
That's the Ashen Knight? Isn't that... Crow? And...
Huh. So that's how it manifests for you.
You finally mastered that power you got, huh? Still, you're one busy guy, you know that? One minute you're down in the dumps, the next, you've got one of the cutest girls in the country cheering you up.
Well, I can't deny it. But she wasn't the only one. There was my sister, our classmates, even you, in a sense.
Come on.
Can't say I'm not curious to see what that power of yours can do. But I think you get priority here, right?
Yeah, let me have this one.
Your Highness, if you don't mind.
All right.
This is your first time fighting me without the mask on, I think. With our Divine Knights, I come out on top. But let's see who wins when it's just the two of us.
Sounds good to me. You managed to win against 3 of us at once in the catacombs below Heimdall. But it's just you and me now. And this time, I'll be the victor.
Go ahead and try. All right, you ready, Reen?
Let's move. There! Ha! Here we go. Let's move. Arcane Gale!
Come on.
Too easy.
My turn. Burn to ash. Fall! Eat this! Here we go. Huh. My turn. Arcane Gale! Eat this! Here we go. Let's move. Yeah! That's pretty good. My turn. Gather on my blade.
Not bad.
Here we go. Yeah. Let's move. Let's move. Eat this! Here we go. Here we go. There!
Easy peasy.
Damn.
But I mean, that's what happens when you have
That's what I can really do.
strength and defense all plus 50 for the entire duration of the fight. But hey, we got a blade deck for beating him. Way to go, us.
You actually did it. I sure wasn't expecting you to beat me one-on-one.
You fought pretty well yourself. It couldn't have been easy to last as long as you did against me like this.
Yep, time limit's up.
Reen!
We overdid it.
Why did this have to happen now?
Guess your luck ran out.
Ha! We finally caught up to you.
Well, aren't you, Mr. Popular?
But I think you may have been slightly too reckless this time.
That wasn't a bad fight. Even if you lost, at least you tried, I guess.
Your Highness, please move away from me.
Hey, don't be too rough with... Look sharp!
Aw. Crow's worried about his boyfriend getting hurt.
Crimson wings?
Oh. Snap. It's the boys. And also the girls.
What are you all?
Sorry for the wait, Rean.
Yo, we're here to save the day.
You caught us all off guard back in Ymir.
So this time we opted to take the initiative ourselves.
We meet again, Severing Chains. And I see you brought the Purple Lightning with you.
She brought more than that. Check out the Icy Maiden and that big shot arts user from the Bracer Guild.
We couldn't ask for a more impressive. However...
Here it comes again.
Daddy has arrived.
Your lordship.
Wait, what? I don't... What? That did not sound like Rean at all.
Uncle Victor!
It's good to see you again, Rean. And it relieves me to see you're none the worse for wear, Your Highness.
Ugh! The Radiant Blade Master is here too?
Huh. Wow. You're strong. Very strong.
That's quite the nod coming from the blazing demon himself. I can see now why you're considered one of the fiercest in Ouroboros, and why some even claim you to be the Steel Maiden's equal.
Well, I know who I'm gonna be fighting.
Don't you go
Dibs.
forgetting about us now.
You're all here too?
Are you okay, Rean?
Looks like we've landed in the middle of something pretty crazy.
And not a moment too soon.
You came!
Glad to see you're all right.
You certainly seem to have kept yourself busy. Enjoying your scandalous elopement with Rean, are you?
He gave me the time of my life. You guys were having that much fun, huh?
And with our princess, Rean?
To think we were so worried about you.
You're not supposed to take it literally.
So this is what you threw me out of Valimar for? Doesn't look very fun.
Aw, Celine's jealous.
Crow, you're here.
It feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
You're looking spiffy, Crow.
I'm hanging in there. Sure wasn't expecting all of you to show up, though. How are we even gonna settle this?
That is the question, isn't it? I'd roughly estimate both sides to be of equal strength.
Yeah? So we'd probably just end up at a stalemate, huh?
Oh, doesn't sound like much fun at all. Let's say we just forego the fighting and have ourselves a party instead.
Ha ha ha! I could never turn down a party!
That sounds simply wonderful.
I'll bring the booze.
Ah! No, no, no! Can't one of you take this a little more seriously?
Oh, come on, dude. It'll be fun.
This is getting us nowhere.
I mean, I know you can't drink Altina, but still. Oh, Vita's
Look
back.
who decided to show up.
Krianos, Vita.
Burb. The burb's the word.
Welcome aboard the Pantagruel, Emma. Your overall ability as a witch might still be lacking, but that transportation spell was exceptional. I must apologize for the untimely intrusion. As displeased as a few of you might be by the idea, I think it best if we let one another peacefully go our separate ways this time. I'll be the one who bears the brunt of Duke Cayenne's anger.
Vita. Can't say I understand why we should.
It's not our place to question the orders of our clients.
Whatever. Gives me something to look forward to later.
It's all part of the plan, guys. It's fine.
Okay. See ya, Fee.
Next time we meet, it will be as enemies.
Yep, I know. Aww, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to talk some more. I expect we will have multiple opportunities to do so in the near future.
Well, catch you later, Phantom Thief.
Or not. You do know that no one likes your stupid pranks, right?
Sarah speaking for all of us.
Tut tut! There's no need to be so harsh. It's a shame we couldn't resume our debate on the nature of beauty this time, my most worthy rival.
I could wax eloquent about beauty till I'm old and gray, but honestly, I think it's about time we settled things between us.
Next time we meet, Radiant Blade Master and his daughter, it will be to battle.
Well, I certainly have no objection to that.
You seem to bear some manner of ill will against my household. I don't know your reasons, but should we be granted the opportunity, I would gladly settle things with you in battle.
Yes, well, let's not be too hasty. I can wait.
Oh, Dubes, you're out of your element.
Guess that wraps things up for now. You've definitely grown, but you've still got plenty of room for improvement, especially when it comes to piloting Valimar. So unless you're up for another beatdown, I suggest you get to work on fixing that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and just to confirm, you were the one who told Toval where I was, right?
Of course.
2 days ago, I got a call out of nowhere on my Arcus. They gave me this crazy amount of detail on exactly where to find you. Then they just hung up. Didn't even say who they were. Oh, now that you mention it, he does have the same voice as that mystery caller. I did think he sounded familiar. That must have been because I'd heard it during your concert at the festival.
Damn, looks like the jig is up.
You really did that?
Oh, Crow, there's no shame in admitting that you care, you know.
There's no shame in admitting you want Reen's dick. Hell, all of us here do. Wait, what? Don't tell them I said that.
And if I might be so bold as to offer a word of advice, get Valimar a better sword, one like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 Leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Correct choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
I can't pretend to know much about this kind of thing.
He's right. Eastern blades like my Tachi are the heart and soul of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style swordsmanship. All right, I'll take your advice. And when I've got myself one, I'll finally take everything back. The Academy, Elise, and even you, Crow.
That's right. I'm gonna take you in the butt. Payback.
If that's how you want it.
That's how I'm gonna get my payback on that 50 mirror you owe me.
I'd like to see you try.
And I love how they just, like, jump off the freaking ship. Like, no, don't teleport us. Have us, you know, jump off the ship. I mean, it's cool, but seriously.
Speed ahead!
Commence retreat from this airspace.
Oh, hi, George. Hi, Toa. Surprised they're on the ship, too. And with that, the intermission is now complete. So, with all that said and done, thank you all for coming today. I hope you had a wonderful time with us, and I hope you join me next time as we continue on with Trails of Cold Steel 2, starting up Act 2 properly. We got the gang back together again, we got the Crimson Wings, everything's going smoothly. If you guys want, you can catch me on Twitch. I stream all my stuff there, and I port all my videos to YouTube, so you can check all those out there like a week later, or however long it takes me to get them up. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, I have a Patreon account as well that you can check out. And last but not least, if you guys are interested in fanfiction for any reason, I also write that, so why don't you check out my Archive of Our Own page and pay it a visit. Okay, that's enough plugging. Have a good night, everyone. We'll see you next time.